Welcome to Life After My Stroke. What you see behind me is the world-famous disco porch located in the Bayview neighborhood of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's my house. So I guess what I'm trying to show you is that I don't mind attention. We've got flashing LEDs on here, lots of flowers. House gets a lot of attention. And I guess I do too when I'm out and about in public. And it's kind of funny. Someone had said on the Young Stroke Survivors Facebook page that recently they've noticed that, maybe they're getting stared at a little bit. And how do you feel about that? Well, my first thought on this, I guess, is a lot of us are newly disabled. And how are we acting before we had our strokes? Were we looking at people who were a little different than us? I mean, I know it's politically correct to walk past somebody with a spider web on their face, a bone in their nose, and caps on their teeth that look like vampires, and pretend it's not happening. Just, I don't do that. I'm like, well, what the hell's going on? I'll look at them. They're asking for it. Now, we're not really asking for it. What's happened to us has happened to us. But the thing is that, I mean, there's not a lot of stroke awareness out there. I hear FAST all the time. Face droops, arm drops. What is the other one? What's S is speech, and then T is take action. When the reality of it is, that's not how my stroke happened. I had double vision, I got dizzy, and I puked. There's no acronym for that, and there's nothing out there explaining that this is also a stroke thing that you should recognize. I don't know if it would have made a difference with me getting to the hospital earlier, but I didn't think it was a stroke. I thought it was an ear infection. My point is that, how are we going to educate anybody if we don't talk about it? If someone's looking at us, I don't know, I talk to them. If they have a question, I answer it. I think it's only right. I'm not ashamed of who I am or what I am. I just go ahead and talk to them. But I do run into situations sometimes that are pretty funny. When I walk into a store late at night and I'm, stumbling a little bit because it happens, the store owners immediately just kind of look at me like, oh, it's a drunk. So as straight as I can, I look at him and I smile and say, hi, how are you? So they see my speech is right, my face is right, and like, oh, now this guy must be okay. There's something wrong with him. He's not really drunk. I actually was refused entry to a bar in Germany because they said I was so drunk that I couldn't walk. And I had to get a manager who spoke English and explain to him that no, brain damage, I was trying to mime it. It's kind of funny, really. I thought it was funny. It doesn't bother me. I do get looked at, and I noticed, the first thing I noticed when I was out and about, especially when I was still walking with a cane, the people who looked at me the most were like young women, and they were smiling at me. And I liked that. That was cool, because they were recognizing, hey, you know what? There's something wrong with this guy, but he's out, and he's grocery shopping, and he's doing his thing. He's not just sitting at home. That was my perception, so it made me feel good that young pretty girls were staring at me. The other thing that happens sometimes is I'll actually do a pimp walk, and I'll demonstrate it for you here in a minute. And it's not intentional, but it happens. I actually DJ at a club that's, let's call it urban. And when I walk in sometimes, people who don't know me go, hey, what's up, pimp? I've never been called a pimp before. I'm a white guy, and it was kind of cool. Here, I'll show you my pimp walk before I wrap this video. It's all in the attitude. What's up? See, I just look like a cool guy. I don't look like a disabled guy. But anyway, I have fun with it. I guess it doesn't really bother me too much. But that's my video. If it makes you uncomfortable, I'm sorry that it makes you uncomfortable. I guess I'm just way too comfortable with this now. And I might be the minority on that. But, hey, we're all different. And I don't know, next time somebody's looking at you, if they're trying to figure out what's going on, what would be the harm is to say, hey, how are you? My name is, whatever your name is. Yeah, I wanted to explain what was going on here. I actually had a stroke. This is what happened to me. It's education when you think about it. And I think education is one of the best things we can do. You might not be comfortable with that, and I understand it, but sometimes you gotta put a positive spin on stuff. See you next time. Hang in there, keep positive, and I'll keep making these videos as long as you keep watching them.